Hello, and welcome to our channel. First off, on behalf of the entire team, a heartfelt thank you for choosing our template. We hope our work will be a valuable asset for your business goals and bring you success. Today, we're kicking off a series dedicated to our Webflow templates, crafted with the TheSprkl UI kit. This introductory episode is especially useful for those who've purchased a template for an urgent task and don't plan on making extensive changes. We'll explore the structure of the template's utility pages, the most efficient way to use and edit them, and how to quickly align the template with your branding using a style guide. In future episodes, we'll dive deeper into the TheSprkl's structure and features, enabling you to effortlessly evolve and enhance your website and business. We recommend visiting the Webflow University, link in the description, for a deeper understanding of CSS fundamentals, which will enhance your experience with our upcoming episodes, where we delve into the nuances of using the TheSprkl UI kit and Webflow's features. This will not only allow you to quickly style the template for short-term goals, but also to fully and easily develop your site further, beyond the pages and components initially provided in the template. Let's start with the structure of the utility pages in every TheSprkl template. At the first level, we have meaningful pages reflecting the template's content. In the Style Guide folder, we find several pages, some required by Webflow standards and others for template customization. The Get Started page answers frequently asked questions and introduces concepts like grid structure, breakpoints, and responsiveness, inspired by ideas from Twitter Bootstrap. We'll cover this in more detail in future episodes. The changelog page displays the current template version. The license page contains full information on licenses and third-party intellectual property used in the template. The style guide page is key for visual customization, defining the palette, typography, and components of the TheSprkl UI kit. We'll talk more about this shortly. Now, let's discuss the optimal process for adapting the template to your brand. Begin with the Style Guide page, where you'll find everything from color palettes to form components. Depending on the template version and content, the number of elements may vary slightly. Start by adapting the palette. Here you see the template's primary colors and their names, linked to corresponding variables. To edit a specific color, go to the Variables panel and make changes directly to the variable values. Next, let's style the typography. Depending on your needs, you can change the global font or the sizes of specific styles. Note that in addition to class styling, which can be applied to any text element, default style properties are also assigned to specific tags. We'll explain this in more detail in future videos. For now, quickly styling requires changing the properties of specific classes. In the typography section, you'll find several subsections defining the properties of headline styles, paragraphs, and additional styles for creating accents, visual changes, and alignment. The spacing section describes available classes for creating margins in various situations, from sections to inner paddings. This section provides reference information on dimensions initially set in the TheSprkl. We won't delve into this now, as changing dimensions usually isn't necessary for quick adaptation. It requires a deep understanding of both the TheSprkl UI kit and CSS. We'll explore spacing in one of the upcoming videos. For now, understand that using the listed classes and set dimensions, you can effectively create and manage space on the page. Buttons are another section that might require changes for successful styling. Here, you'll find buttons presented in the template and their dimensions. In the button styles, you can change the primary color, paddings, sizes, and fonts used. Each button style has properties for different states: hover, pressed, focused, etc. Ensure you assess the properties of all available states and make necessary adjustments for a more precise match to your brand. There's also a large utility section for various auxiliary elements like avatars and alert messages. Use them as needed. Finally, the last section of the style guide that might need editing for full visual alignment with your requirements is forms and drop-downs. This section presents form elements like input, text area, checkbox, radio button. Like other components of the TheSprkl UI kit, they have dimensions allowing you to visually highlight and combine different elements. You can easily change the default properties of all related elements or make adjustments to a specific dimension. Remember, like buttons, form elements are interactive and also have properties for different states: hover, pressed, etc. Be sure to edit the corresponding states to avoid disharmony between your style and the default properties set in the template. After styling the main elements, we're ready to update the site's content. Depending on the template version, design, category, and size, whether it's a landing page or a large multi-page template, the number of resources available may vary. However, this doesn't limit you from creating your own as your project evolves. Template resources, like components, can be found in the Components panel, on pages where they're used, or, for your convenience, on the Components Vault page. The first thing to do is replace the template logos in the navbar and footer with your own. Also, update contact details, social media links, page links, or external sites, and remove any utility information if present. Next, depending on the component type, make edits to texts and images as needed. This can be time-consuming, so we recommend preparing all the content you want to use on the site in advance, from logos and photos to articles. Note that for your site to perform well for SEO and benefit your business, you should pay enough attention to preparation. For example, images not optimized for the web can slow down the loading or operation of the entire site, significantly lowering your Google rank. We recommend using the Tiny PNG service, link in the description, for preliminary image optimization. Or you can use Webflow's built-in image compression tool. Once you've made edits to the components, you can start editing content on pages, in CMS, if available in your template, and in products and store settings if it's an e-commerce template. All images or graphic elements are free for commercial use. Links to the sources of the images used are available on the Licenses page. Following these links, you can download the original files or find others more suitable for you. In conclusion, let's look at some nuances you might encounter when editing the pages themselves, namely, changing or updating some decorative elements. Sometimes in design, you'll find so-called floating elements, objects that may appear on the bottom layer of the page or seem to hover above all elements. This approach allows for creating unusual, attractive, and standout sites. But if you have minimal experience and understanding of how HTML and CSS work, you might find adapting them for your purposes challenging. Let's look at 2 different templates that use this approach. Believe me, there's nothing difficult in working with such elements, especially in Webflow. In this template, we see a beautiful animated background positioned just below several sections and crossing their boundaries. It can't be selected with a simple mouse click, as we always hit the top layer. So, check the Navigator panel for elements with the absolute class. Once you select this element in the Navigator, its properties and content become editable. This way, you can change the background, styles, and assigned animations. In another example, we see elements visually overlapping each other. Here, they can be selected with the mouse in the Designer window, but as seen in the Navigator, these objects are also in elements with the absolute class. Keep in mind that the only way to create such layers in HTML and CSS is using absolute and relative positioning. Learn more about working with such objects in the Webflow University. Link in the description. Great! Now that we've made the main changes, the template fully aligns with your branding and has up-to-date content. It's time to publish our site. But first, make sure the new site is fully optimized. Perform a small checklist before publishing. Clear unnecessary classes and animations. Ensure all images are optimized in size. Check for detected issues in the audit icon in the toolbar, in the project's site settings under Publishing. Make sure all minification switches are on. And don't forget to connect Google Analytics. That concludes our first episode. We hope the information on working with our Webflow templates based on the TheSprkl UI kit was helpful, and you were able to quickly and effortlessly launch your site. We're confident this is just the beginning of our journey together. Give us a like if we've helped you achieve your goals, and subscribe to our channel to not miss new episodes and develop your new site into a successful and quality product. See you soon.